Forget Planet Earth. Can Optimus Prime save 3D movies? You're watching Beyond the Trailers review of Transformers 3: Dark of the Moon.
Optimus!
You may lose your faith in us, but never in yourselves.
While many would swear his movies don't have writers, ironically, Michael Bay took to writing himself last week in the form of 2 letters, one to movie theater projectionists and another to audiences, on behalf of his new movie, Transformers 3: Dark of the Moon. In the letter to projectionists, he's imploring them to use the correct wattage in the projector, because apparently theaters have been keeping it on low in an effort not to burn out their bulbs too quickly. Bay even signs off this letter with, "Let's make the audience believe again." And on that note, Bay's letter to you promises that for Transformers 3, 3D is a forethought, not an afterthought, as the film was not only shot in 3D, but his team has even invented new technologies to improve the 3D movie-going experience. So, what's driven Bay to the keyboard? Desperation and fear. See, while 3D was all the rage in 2010, this year audiences seem to be in revolt. The #1 movie of the year so far is in 2D, and 3D ticket sales have not only been soft across the board, but have been hurting the overall grosses of any movie that's offered in the format. And if Transformers falls, so does Michael Bay, as his name has become synonymous with the franchise. Yes, since 2007, Bay has only made Transformers movies. The first one was a huge hit, beloved by fans, turned Shia LaBeouf into a movie star, and gave the world Megan Fox. But Transformers 2: Revenge of the Fallen was a different story. While it made over $100 million more than the first movie, it became a punchline among both audiences and the industry. And the franchise's image wasn't helped when LaBeouf, intoxicated, crashed his car during production. He was arrested, had to have multiple surgeries on his hand, which he crushed in the accident, and got the rumor mill churning, as the passenger in the car was his Transformers co-star Isabel Lucas. Plus, there was that interview where he said that his mom was so hot that if she wasn't his mom, he'd want to have sex with her. Oh, and of course, let's not forget Megan Fox calling Michael Bay Hitler. So Bay and producer Steven Spielberg have been busy trying to restore Transformers' previous glory. I mean, as the old saying goes, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. First, they fired Fox and replaced her with Victoria's Secret model Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. Then Bay blamed the second movie on the writer's strike, claiming it really didn't have a script. And for the trailers, LaBeouf is hardly anywhere to be seen, and the focus is kept on those glorious special effects, Bay's specialty. Finally, the movie is shot in 3D and will also play in IMAX 3D, with the hope that Bay's signature explosions, now in your face, will be too hard for audiences to pass up. Let's go find out if that is indeed the case.
So this is Robert, BTT's summer audience wrangler, and you saw the midnight showing of Transformers last night?
Yes.
How was it?
It was pretty mind-blowing, I would say.
Did Transformers redeem itself?
Yeah, sure. There's a lot of action. It was good. So better than the second one that came out.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Yes, it does.
Yeah?
In a very big way.
Oh, wow. How did you like the movie?
I liked it really much because it looked very realistic. I thought it was like good because like it didn't, like you could tell like the dude like Michael Bay showed that this was going to be the last one. He didn't just make it so like it was going to make it seem like it was going to be 10 movies, and then like everyone waits 5 years for the next one and it hasn't even came out, and then like 4 decades later, like a new one comes out that no one really cares anymore.
Why did you want to go and see this movie today?
Because if I watched the first one and second one, I wouldn't know what happened on the third one.
Can't argue with that. That's great. What do you like about the Transformers movie so much?
Well, they have violence in it, and that's the way I like it. That they save the world.
That's a plus.
I think Michael Bay has changed the game of movies from here on in.
How so?
Oh, this thing's huge. It's huge.
Oh, wow.
It's an enormous movie.
Is it Bayier than ever?
Absolutely.
It took everything that was good about the first movie and it kind of like amped that up, and then it took everything that was bad about the second movie and either improved it or just took it out entirely.
Does that include Megan Fox?
Yeah, I really liked Megan Fox.
So you're in the Megan Fox camp?
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf's girlfriend, she did really well.
Oh, she did? Did you miss Megan Fox at all?
Yeah, of course I miss Megan Fox. She was the best. You know, I have to admit it, she was better than her.
She was good, but I still think it should be Megan Fox.
I kind of don't like it.
Did you miss her? Yeah? Was the new actress any good?
She was good.
You guys miss Megan Fox, the female star of the other movies?
No, I did not.
Hell no, dude. The London chick was better. Yeah, she was better.
So you saw this movie in IMAX 3D.
Yes.
Was it worth it?
It was definitely worth
The
it.
few 3D movies I've watched, they've only been a few parts that's in 3D, and it's not worth the money to go in 3D for those kind of movies. But this movie, it was amazing in 3D.
I haven't seen it in a while, and I kept hearing that there was more, better. It was better now. They had better glasses, because the ones I got last time were, terrible. So I did. I got it. I paid my $18, and it was worth it.
So you didn't see it in 3D today?
No.
Right? Okay, so why did you decide not to see it that way?
I don't like 3D actually. I like it just the regular version, 2-dimension, I guess. Yeah.
And how was it in 2D?
It was good.
I prefer 2D to 3D.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
Oh, so you still enjoyed it in 2D and everything?
I think
was
it's
good?
I actually think it's better. I don't know that 3D's here to stay.
Michael Bay, he's the butt of a lot of jokes.
Yes, he is.
What do you think of Michael Bay?
He's all right. You know what I mean? I think Michael Bay's his own person. And I like his movies, so I got nothing against Mike.
Oh, that's great.
I think he's an excellent director. I mean, the explosions, the action, the Transformers transforming themselves. I mean, every bit of detail. I mean, it's just awesome. He's just like a really great director, and I hope he continues to make more movies like this.
Oh, excellent.
He doesn't completely change his style, but it's very different. Like, shots are much slower. There's a lot more like slow pans. There's enough slow motion that it's not like, oh my God, everything's in slow motion, but it's also.
It's not Zack Snyder.
Yeah, it's not Zack Snyder, but you can tell what's going on, and it works really well.
A lot of people didn't like the second one. What would you say to them about this movie?
I say they're crazy. This movie is great. It's a must-see.
If you didn't like the second movie, I think this movie definitely makes up for it. Because I felt the same way about the second movie.
Like we said, this one redeems itself. Non-stop action. I mean, you're looking at about an hour in action straight forward.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you give it on a 1 to 10?
I'd give it an 8.
A 9?
I give it an absolute 10.
10?
Give it a solid 9.
10.
10? No.
I give it a 20.
9?
9? Why are you taking that 1 point off?
Because, it didn't seem realistic enough. Because I would say if it was more realistic, I would say that by the end of the movie, they wouldn't have as much military troops as they did.
Looks like it's not just Transformers that's redeemed, but Michael Bay as well, as audiences give the movie a 9.5. And we're out here every week covering every major new release, so be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. I'm Grace Randolph reporting from Regal Ewok, and I hope you'll go beyond the trailer for these other top movies.